In terms of forms of literature, when we deal with drama, there are a few special things that we need to consider. Drama is a very old form, as is poetry. The original dramas occurred in the ancient Greek world, and we will read one play from that era. Most of what we look for is the same as in other pieces of literature, so we're always paying attention to things like theme, plot, character development, figurative language. Much drama is written as poetry up through about the 18th century, and all drama really does pay attention to use of language just as much as any other genre of literature. Drama is meant to be performed, so there are some other things we look at when we read it as a text. First of all, we want to look at the character list, or the dramatis personae, at the beginning. These will typically be in order of most important to least important characters. Sometimes it will be divided by male characters, most to least important, and then female characters, most to least important, depending on the editor and when the play. So, when reading it, ask some questions of yourself. Ask some questions about the literature. What information do you need to know to understand the context of the play? Quite often, plays begin in the middle of things in media res, so we need to figure out, do we need to know some historical background? Do we need to know some cultural context? How do we figure out what happened prior to the play? What's the central conflict? This is the plot. This will not be spelled out as direct. When quoting it, there are a few special rules. Like poetry, we want to pay attention to things. As with poetry, typically you use slash marks to indicate line breaks if the play is in verse. In the citation, we always want to quote it by act, scene, and line number. And you'll notice 2.1.143 means whatever play that is, it's Act 2, Scene 1, line 143. This just keeps things consistent because there are many different editions of plays. And we can always find things this way rather than page numbers. With other divisions, so if it's something divided up in a different way, if it's only by scenes or as in Antigone, there are a number of different things. We still quote by line numbers. So you would say prologue 2 for the second line of the prologue.